Welcome to Clemson, South Carolina, and the night sky providing a foreboding backdrop for any visitor, because the Tigers are ready to open another season here at home. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field, as we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Bulldogs ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. Fair catch called for and made. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. At the 35, he's got room. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. It's a thing at Clemson to run downhill, literally, usually when they enter the stadium. But sometimes it feels like this running game's doing that.
They run down the hill, and a lot of times they don't stop, Reese, because they keep the tempo and they keep the foot on the gas, and that's what Clemson's kind of built this offense on is tempo, trying to wear you out, and they slip in the run game and the quick passing game and the running QB and so many things to look at.
He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Fires to the big fella. Oh, and what a move. What a juke, and he makes it past the marker. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come in.
There's always that issue of conference pride, keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more.
Got enough space. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Man, that D-tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Wants to throw on second down. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something.
And that pass picked off. Got room on the return. Smashes ahead. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Brought down after a pickup of 5 yards down to the 10. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, the running back looking for room. Snowed under after a pickup of 2. They'll mark it at the 8. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
And here they come going for the 1st down on 4th and 2. They'll try to pick up the 1st. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on 4th down, if you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward if they're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Makes the tackle at the 22, but it's a 15-yard gain, and now they're in business. And those hairy dogs taking a bite out of another 1st down.
You don't usually find Georgia teams that complicate things. They know who they are, and it starts with running the football, establishing the line of scrimmage. That's what the dogs do.
Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
And that play is essentially like a jet sweep, right? This offense is going to run the football conventionally. They'll do it between the tackles. They'll do it outside. But there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers the football in the running game, and I think that was an example of what you saw right there. All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through, and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
Quick completion to the right. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Now facing a 3rd and long. They want to throw it. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Georgia sent out the punt team. He'll try to really get into this one. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this drive.
The give to the back. Just a 1-yard gain leaves him with 3rd and 9.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. Looking downfield, it's Webb. They're trying to get to it. The junior quarterback frustrated with himself after throwing it behind his man.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel.
Returner goes out of bounds.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Looking for space, it's Gore. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Coaches preach all week about physicality. That is how you do it. That is how you put it on tape. That's how you show everybody in the locker room, everybody on the field. This is how our defense is going to be. Do not run the football because we will knock you senseless.
Looking left. He makes a catch. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Hand off from the shotgun. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
He looks that one in nicely. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots.
Fires into traffic, it's picked off. Trying to take it back. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Clemson. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
He's going to bring it out from deep. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. And here's the third interception of the night. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. Offense getting set for first down. The give on the inside. Brought down at the 7 after picking up 3.
Brings up
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Back to throw, it's Webb. Quick strike complete. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on first and goal. Quarterback sneak wedging himself into the line. Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
I think you love starting the year off with some momentum, and that's exactly what this offense is doing. They're firing on all cylinders, defense doing their job as well. This team getting out the gates to start the season in great fashion.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. Alabama opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's house and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Finds the big tight end. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Georgia comes quickly to the line. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with heel off one deep down the left side. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Man, that's a couple bad throws. Last possession obviously ends in an interception by this quarterback, and now you throw another one, in harm's way. You got to make sure you're throwing to the open guy. Make sure you're taking care of that football. We can't have any more turnovers.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on third and long. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Now on the option. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him, and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. Trying to find his man on first down. Working that left side now. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football. Now they face third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, he drops to throw. Zings it complete to the right. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! What a grab and go for the score.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half.